So, as you can see, I'm at Eurostar and they don't accept bikes, so we're going to see if we can smuggle my bike on. Can I smuggle my bike into France? Basically, long story short, to go and watch and take part in the Paris-Roubaix challenge and watch the race, I had to get from Manchester to Lille, which is near Roubaix, about 10-15k from Roubaix. And the simplest way, I looked at ferries, trains, planes. The simplest way, train from Manchester to London, train from London, well, Eurostar, London to Lille. It took about 5.5 hours total, so I was like, the simplest way of doing it. So I checked online, yes, you can take your bike. I booked my bike to Manchester, London, fine, bike's on there. Checked the Eurostar website, it said that, yeah, bike services and luggage is available. So I was like, perfect. So I booked my ticket. £404 later, I got an email saying, just letting you know, bike services from London to Lille are not operating at the moment. And I'm like, well, that's really helpful, isn't it? Because I've just booked my ticket and how am I going to get my bike there? So I looked at different options. I looked at potentially renting a bike there. I was like, seeing if anyone I knew had a bike that I could get there. No one had a bike. So I was like, okay, I need to be able to physically get my bike there. What options do I have? So I was like, can I fit my bike in a small enough bag that they're not going to know that it's a bike? So in comes Post Carico. This is not sponsored. I've had this bag for probably like 6 or 7 years, but I was like, I've not used it. I used it at the time because I had an alloy bike. Basically, this is a backpack that fits a bike in it to kind of disguise that it's a bike when you're going on planes, to kind of try and waive the extra bike fee. So clever. And I was like, I wonder if it fits in the limits of what the baggage you can take on the Eurostar. So I was like, what size luggage can I take? So they sent me the measurements, and I think it's probably about 6 or 7, 8, 9 centimeters too long, but I was like, hopefully no one's gonna check. So I went about getting my gravel bike in it. And just for reference, my gravel bike is like a 54 frame. It's got 700C wheels, 40mm tires, disc brake, bags packed, the bike is in there. I'm feeling good. I'm like, I'm gonna take Eurostar on and I'm gonna get my bike to France. And then the night before, the news, actually my friend rang me to say, I just let you know, I think Avanti West Coast have cancelled all trains tomorrow. And I was like, you've got to be kidding. So yeah, long story short, they cancelled the train the night before. So I was like, how am I even going to now get to London? So I was looking at taxis. Are there any other trains? Are there coaches? Like, what other way can I physically get there? And the only option was a coach at 4 a.m. It actually worked out in my favour because it meant that because the bike was in a bag, I could just slide it under the bus. So I was like, this is working out perfectly. So get to London, get to like the check-in, and you've got like a scanner. Like at the airport, so they scan everything, and there's only like a little scanner, and the guy was like, oh, just go to the oversized one. I was like, it's got through. I thought they were going to be like, you can't bring that on here, love. But they didn't. Put it through the scanner, finally got onto the train. I was like, how big is the storage going to be? Like the luggage compartment's going to be, are they going to fit this in? Yes, it did. It fit perfectly. You can't even really tell it's a bike. This is how ridiculous it was. I put it down there, someone put their backpack on top of it, and I was in my seat and I could see it, and I was like, is that my bike though? Because it looked so small, and I had to go back and check. I was like, is someone taking my bike off? And then like, that's how small it looked. So I was like, amazing. Get to Lille. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bike in the bag, bike in the bag. Whoop, whoop. I can build my bike up, it's amazing. And I get to ride Paris-Roubaix challenge, I get to ride around on my bike. It worked. But then, return trip. I don't know why I'm saying it all dramatic. I got back, it was fine. But yeah, no one even bothered. It's an amazing bag if you want to go somewhere without your bike being suspected, or you want to get away with like cheaper luggage fees on flights. I am so made up with it. Honestly, I love this bag so much. It's so, I want to start using it again, I think. The only reason that I'd not used it in the past was because I've got a hard case, because my bike is carbon. I don't know why. They say that you can put carbon in it. Maybe I'll try it, maybe I'll see how it goes. I'll give you some pros and cons. Pros, it's so light, it rolls down really small to store, so if you've not got somewhere to store a massive bike box, 'cause they are a bit of a pain, amazing. It's just small, it's really easy to use, it's really simple. We've got lots of little pockets on there to put pedals and stuff in like that. Cons, you do have to take a lot of your bike apart. So for this, I had to take off pedals, your headset off, so to take your fork out, disc brakes, well, disc rotors I had to take off, obviously the wheels out, rear mech and chain, and seat post. So you're basically taking your bike apart. But the positive of that is you get to learn how your bike works and is put together. The only thing that I would change about it, I want a wheel on the front. There's a wheel on the back, but it just means like you've got to obviously lift the front to wheel it. A backpack that you can fit your bike in, that you can take on a train that says no bikes at all. I just felt like it was a clever little product, and I thought some of you might like it. I don't even know whether you can buy it anymore. There's another one called Oru Case, which is very similar, so I'll leave a link to that. They are expensive, but if you're going to save money on fares, and it actually got me to France, it actually got me to be able to ride the event, so I'm definitely going to be using this a lot more. I hope you like my little sneaky way of getting my bike on. Also, I didn't mention this in the video, but why is it so difficult to travel with bikes on public transport? I don't get why it's so difficult, especially on like trains like that. Like, have a little section, just come on, give us some bike area or something, just come on. We don't have to then faff around with stuff like this, just give us some transport, especially to France where people love cycling. You've got the Tour de France, we've got Paris-Roubaix, come on, please, make it easier for us, please. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye.